Most expensive pool mistake I've ever seen. You know, I would say I don't know if it's a pool mistake, but again, it's making sure that you understand what you're buying when you're looking at your finishes and that sort of thing. I'll tell you, when I was selling pools in Florida, one of the things that I had to get really good with customers about when I was selling them travertine for the decking for the pool project. When I started at there, they were basically showing the best pieces of travertine. Well, travertine is a natural stone. It's got holes in it. It's got defects in it. So I changed that. We showed the average piece, because this is what makes travertine to me beautiful, is all it flies. It's a natural stone. It's got defects in it. But because people were so pristine, that's what they were expecting. And so it's making sure that you set your expectations correctly.
If someone only remembers one thing before building a pool, what should it be?
It's going to take time. There's going to be issues, and it'll get finished.
What's the difference between a cheap pool and a quality pool?
So I'm going to answer that two things. I mean, a cheap pool could just be that you've got, again, a 10 by 20 pool for $45,000 with the base finish, everything else that it needs. Even though it's a perfectly good pool. That's a cheap pool, but it meets what it's supposed to meet. But a cheap pool is also then, okay, the guy cut corners. He didn't put in the proper equipment. He didn't, he put in undersized piping, whatever he did to cut corners, so those are the things that are truly an issue. It's not that the pool is inexpensive, because maybe it was properly done that way. Maybe it was a lower end pool. That's fine. A cheap pool is that they didn't put all of the proper stuff in.
What's one thing homeowners should absolutely not cheap out on?
They should absolutely not cheap out on getting the correct equipment, the correct engineering of the pool. That's the thing you can't cheap out. It's got to be built correctly. Everything else is, okay, well, is a finish base or is it upper? All of these things. What you ultimately care about is the structure of the pool good, put the correct equipment on it, put the correct plumbing on it. Did they engineer it correctly?
Why did you decide to launch BuildWise?
I just saw a need in the market. Again, homeowners have no person representing them. The person giving them advice is the person selling them the pool. And they're giving you, most of those guys are, wanting to do you a good job. They're giving you the best advice they can, but they're also selling you a pool. So they're getting you advice on selling you a pool. So they've got a bias built in there. So we're here to provide you independent, unbiased advice. We don't have a dog in the hunt, as they say. We're just here to give you advice. We're going to look at it and we're going to say, we think this is the best for this reason. This is the pros and cons, but we're going to let you ultimately make the decision, but we're going to give you the information you need to make a good decision.